Today, we're going to talk about something powerful, something that's often invisible, but it shapes pretty much everything in our lives. And that's the power of believing in yourself.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Picture that one big goal you have, something you really want. Got it? Okay, now, what if the biggest thing holding you back isn't your money or your time or even how talented you are?
What if it all just comes down to one single belief? A belief about yourself that's so deep, it changes the entire game.
Yeah, it's that simple. It's the belief that you can actually do it. You know, so many times we think we failed because we weren't smart enough or skilled enough. But what if it wasn't a failure of ability at all? What if it was a failure of belief? Because let's be real, if you don't think you can succeed, you've already lost. You've built your own wall.
Okay, to really get this, let's look at it another way. Think of it like an invisible wall. For some people, they just walk right through it, like it's not even there. But for others, it's this giant, impossible barrier. And that wall, it's made of one thing and one thing only: self-doubt.
So, let's put this into practice. Imagine two people. They have the exact same skills, the same background, the same big opportunity right in front of them. The only difference is that little voice inside their head. The first person, the believer, thinks, okay, I can figure this out. The second person, the doubter, thinks, I'm probably not good enough for this. Right there, in that one thought, the whole story is pretty much already written.
So what happens next? Well, the believer just starts. They try things. And yeah, they're going to fail sometimes. Of course they will. But here's the key. They don't see failure as the end of the road. To them, it's just information. It's feedback. This whole cycle, try, fail, learn, grow, that's how you actually get better.
But the other person, the doubter, they hit that invisible wall and just stop. They're so sure they can't do it that they don't even try. They've taken themselves out of the game before the whistle even blows. All that potential, it just sits there, completely untested.
And look, this isn't just some made-up story. This plays out in the real world all the time. Let's take a look at a perfect example, a lesson from one of the greatest athletes in history.
You've probably heard this story, but think about it. We're talking about Michael Jordan. As a kid, he gets cut from his high school basketball team. Can you imagine? A young kid, basketball is his entire world, and the coach, the person he looks up to, tells him flat out, you're not good enough. I mean, that's a moment that could break you, right? For a lot of people, that would have been it. It would have been the proof they needed that they should just give up. But for Michael Jordan, it was something else. It was fuel.
And this is the whole point. Talent helps, for sure, but belief is what drives persistence. It wasn't just raw talent that got him through that. It was this unshakable belief in himself that made him work harder than anyone else and prove them all wrong.
So this I can do it mindset isn't just some fluffy motivational idea. It's actually a real thing in psychology, and there's a science to it. And if we understand that science, well, we can start to build it for ourselves.
The official term for it is self-efficacy. And now this isn't about being arrogant or having a huge ego. It's more like a quiet, solid confidence that you can handle a specific situation. It's the belief that you have what it takes to get a task done. It's the engine that makes things happen. And you know what? The science on this is super clear. People with high self-belief or self-efficacy, they don't just feel more confident, they actually do better. They're more likely to take action, to keep going when they fail, to learn from their mistakes. And yeah, in the long run, they're the ones who are more likely to succeed.
But here's the flip side, and it's a big one. Not believing in yourself? Well, that almost guarantees failure. It's like you're setting yourself up to fail before you even start. It becomes a total self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay, but here's the really good news in all of this. Self-belief isn't some magic trait you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can practice it and get better. So let's talk about how to actually do that.
All right, 3 simple steps. First, start with small wins. Seriously, just accomplish one small thing, then another. These little victories build momentum and create a foundation of confidence. Second, you have got to stop comparing yourself to other people. Your journey is yours. Focusing on someone else's highlight reel is the fastest way to kill your own self-belief. Just focus on your own progress. And third, and this one is maybe the most important, just take action, even if you're not sure. So many people wait to feel confident before they start, but that's backwards. Action comes first. Action gives you experience, and that's what builds real confidence.
So, what's the big takeaway here?
It's really about changing how we look at fear. Because let's face it, if you're doing anything worthwhile, fear and uncertainty are going to be part of the deal. They're unavoidable.
And here's the secret that nobody tells you. The people who really change their lives aren't the ones who feel no fear. No way. They're the ones who feel the fear and they move forward anyway. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about having a belief in yourself that is just a little bit louder than your fear.
Because when you finally, truly start to believe in yourself, something amazing happens. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for someone else to tell you you're good enough or that you're ready. You just give yourself permission. You decide to start building the life you actually want. So the only question left is, are you ready to start?